Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got a giveaway win for you today. But before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe on this guy's channel right here. Hit that bell if you're so inclined. You never know when I'm going to be dropping stuff, dropping reviews, new comic book day. Well, that's pretty evident, but you never know. So I do have a giveaway win right here for Breakfast with Brian. This from this past Saturday's Breakfast with Brian's live stream show that he does pretty much every Saturday. He had a couple breaks, but pretty much every Saturday. It's one of my favorite hangouts. It's one of the things that I look forward to on Saturday morning. I don't have a lot going on at that time, but I am up at that time, so it's great that he does that for us in the community. So it is already prepackaged. I already know what the win is, but I was pleasantly surprised because for some reason, some of these, maybe, you know, it had some glare or something and I just didn't see right. But there was one book in here I was excited about. I even told my brother about it. I was like, ooh, I'm getting the facsimile of Tomb of Dracula, you know. And but that wasn't the only book. So stay tuned to find out. So first we got this note and a couple new stickers from Brian. And man, I love both of them. I needed a new 2023 CBCA award sticker. And I got a new Brian-Lcs sticker, and it is so dope. Like the detail and but as always, he sent a note as well. It says, Mike, congrats on your Breakfast with Brian win. Hope you enjoyed the books and stickers, Brian-Lcs. And let me explain that, because showing up at Breakfast with Brian, just hanging out in the chat grants you, entry into one of his giveaways. Sometimes he does two, but usually just one. And it's just random pull from this big short box that he keeps, and there's some cool stuff in there like we're about to see. But always he ships real nice. Everything had pull tabs. It's in a fantastically nice Gemini, I know Brian knows how to ship. At this point, if you don't know how to ship in our crew, I mean, most of us have 2-3 years into this. Alright, so I'm going to start out with the one that I mentioned, and incidentally that was the one that I was most excited about because I missed it. I've never gotten to read the Tomb of Dracula. I didn't even know it was a thing until like my 20s. I knew that Dracula and the Wolfman and stuff like that existed in comics, but I didn't know that Dracula was like installed in Marvel's like continuity until later on in life. I knew about Blade and I was big into Blade, but he just had different bad guys like Deacon Frost and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get into that. This, I have no idea. I know about the character Mockingbird #1 from Marvel. It says on the cover, like, first appearance of the Red Widow, or the introduction, or in this issue, the thrilling debut of the Red Widow. I have no clue, nothing, but I will check it out just the same. This book, I did get a chance to look at, Wolverine #1. I want to call it the fun party time variant. My brother said Wolverine's got a weird face, but it's kind of an ultra realistic face, right? But I love the cover. It's fantastic. Next, we got a book that I should have been reading when it came out. For some reason, I just passed it out. We got Department of Truth, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is issue 13. I don't know what the variant is. I can guarantee you it is a variant. It says... No, I can't even read that, but I can show it to you. But I assume it's some kind of store variant. But I'm not positive. But this is Department of Truth, yeah, issue 13. If you don't know about the Department of Truth, it's basically like a conspiracy theory type of like comic in each issue, or a couple issues. They'll dive on like, conspiracy theory that you probably heard of, like Bigfoot or Loch Ness Monster, or JFK and the whole moon landing thing. Alright, so these are the two that caught me by surprise. I love the series. I have all 3 issues. I actually had to be, I think I was A-OK the last issue because I couldn't track it down, or maybe the second issue, something like that. What I didn't know, and this is We Have Demons, issue #1 from Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, that came out like, I want to say 2022, like the beginning of it. And that's kind of like one of the reasons I missed it. But one of the things, I didn't see that it was foil. My covers that I have, they're just regular prints. But I got issue #1 and issue #2. And for some reason, I didn't pick up that it was foil when Brian was showing it off. Or maybe he like secretly snuck in some cooler variants or something. But I didn't even know they had foil variants of these comics. But that is fantastic. I know Norrad is another fan of the series, but Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo are two of my favorite people in the comic book community. I kind of go after everything that they're both attached to. I like Scott Snyder separately and Greg Capullo, but together they're it's just a powerhouse. It's crazy. But hey, that's the win that I got just for tuning in at Breakfast with Brian. His stuff, all his deets is in the description down below. All you got to do is click on the description, look down there, and it's a little link, right there. If you didn't know it, it'll take you right to Brian-Lcs's page. He is a high recommendation. He produces great content, has great live streams, is a phenomenal member of the community. He is the like, I don't know how you say, the president, CEO of the CBCA Awards. One of my best friends in the community. I don't know what else to say. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I will see y'all soon.